Welcome to Rocksolid Productions, where in this video we are going to show you possibly the best $20 you can spend on your Switch Lite that you may not even need to spend. What do I mean? Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Rocksolid Productions. My name is Gary, your host here on the channel. Now, if this is your first time here, I just want to take a second and say thanks for stopping by and checking out what we're talking about here with the Switch Lite. If you like what you see here, do me a favor, give the video a thumbs up. If you really like what you see here, check out some of the other videos that we have on the channel, including our unboxing and other footage that we have of the Switch Lite, and other Switch accessories. And if you really like what you see here, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. That way you're kept up to date with everything that we have coming out moving forward. So one of the cool things about the Nintendo Switch is just its portability. You can take it and go just about anywhere with it, and it is smaller, more compact than the original Switch, and it's compatible with virtually every single Switch game. The bummer about the Switch Lite, it's not compatible with any docks. Well, not yet at least. We'll tell you that information a little bit later. So if you don't want to just take your Switch Lite and lay it on a nightstand or on a table or something like that to charge it, you don't really have many options until now. Nintendo has this guy here. This is a adjustable charging stand. It will allow you to go ahead and charge your Switch without just laying it around somewhere, but it also gives you the possibility of playing it in like a tabletop mode. So we're going to take this, throw it on the workbench, and we're going to kind of see how it comes out of the box. We're going to also show you, you may not even need this. Let's get started. So here you can see the box itself, pretty small, pretty nondescript. On the front, just adjustable charging stand. And that's important. This is just a charging stand. It's not an actual dock. I know I keep using the term dock. I think you guys know what I mean there. On the one side just has a picture of the stand itself adjusting and everything. On the back, adjustable charging stand. Play the Nintendo Switch system in tabletop mode at any angle while you charge. And it just has a disclaimer to check out the health and safety information down below here. Now, as you can tell just by the size of this box, there is no AC adapter included. However, the nice thing is you can just use the AC adapter that comes with the Switch Lite. It's ideal for something like this. Now, there are normally two pieces of tape there that you would utilize or cut through to be able to open this up. I've actually already done that. Let's unbox this. You can see pretty simple and straightforward here. It just has your simple single USB-C output here. There's a couple things missing from here that we'll point out in a few minutes. And then on the side, your input for your USB Type-C adapter. And then you have the actual stand portion of it there. And as you can see, you can actually lay this back quite a bit. And we are just going to plug in our charger from our Switch Lite into the side. And we are just going to put our Switch Lite on it. There you can see popped up, console battery, 95%. Now, one thing of note on this too is the fact that this will work with the original Switch too, not just the Switch Lite. So for example, here is our original Switch. Same type of thing, plugged up, ready to go. Now, looking at the dock itself here, like I said, there are two parts that are missing from this section right here. And it got me scratching my head, and I finally figured something out. So if you look at our original Switch and our Switch Lite, we have USB-C ports, perfect. We have little Phillips head screws, perfect. But what's missing are these little indentations here that you see on the original Switch. They're not on the Switch Lite. So let me set these aside, and I'm going to grab my Insignia switch dock. So looking at the Insignia switch dock, you can see there's a nub molded in right there, and one molded in right there, right next to the USB-C port. So this will key in to the bottom of our Switch right there. It's a couple millimeters deep as far as that hole goes, which is what prevents this from making contact with the USB-C port here completely. So what I ended up doing, this is my ChargeN Pro switch hub, and if you see, I took my side cutters and I basically cut those nubs down. I could probably take my X-Acto knife and knock those down a little bit, or even my Dremel. Now I have connected it to power up top. It's actually using the exact same power cable that I used with this guy here. And what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, we're just going to take the Switch Lite, put it on. What do you know? It's charging. That's exactly what the issue was with why this won't work with original OEM third-party docks is because of those nubs that are designed to key into this part of your Switch here. So you might be asking, if I can't connect to a TV, what do I care if I use a dock or something like this to be able to power my Switch and charge the battery with? Wouldn't this be sufficient? Well, no, and there's a couple reasons why. There is another option to this that costs about $10 more. I believe it's from Hori, and what that device has is it has another USB port on the side. This dock here has 3 USB ports on it. Other hubs also have multiple USB ports on it. You might be asking yourself, why would it even be of any interest to use a dock like this with the USB ports versus something like this just for charging? And here's where having the USB ports comes in handy. And that's for if you're going to use a third-party wired controller such as this one here from Retro Fighters. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug the cable into the side here. Now because it has gone to sleep, I have to hit the home button, continue, and we're going to play a little bit of Street Fighter. As you can see, the button presses work perfectly here on the D-pad. We're going to go to arcade, and we're going to do, I believe Champion Edition was the Genesis version, and since this is designed for the Genesis Classic Edition, I figured it'd be appropriate. And the mode button on here, that is basically the coin going in. We're going to pick Ryu. So as you can see, all the button presses and everything, they are working as they should be. Got him. But that's why you would want to use a dock that could have a USB port on the side of it, unlike this one here. Now, as I mentioned, there is another dock, I believe it's from Hori, that looks virtually identical to this, that does also incorporate the USB on the side. It's about $10 more, something you may want to consider. So I'm glad Nintendo came out with something like this. But I'm also just cheesed that they made it where you would need something like this. They had to design new molds for the Switch Lite anyways. They made a deliberate and conscious choice to take those two little bosses and take them out of the mold. That kind of forces your hand to buy something like this. Now, you may be concerned without those little molded in stops in there, will you possibly insert this USB-C port too far and damage your Switch or Switch Lite? I will tell you, no, you won't. I mean, if you look at, if you modify like the ChargeN Pro dock that I showed you, if you modify the Insignia dock, all that those little bosses are doing is aligning everything within there. The USB-C port already does that for you. It's kind of redundant and unnecessary, which may be why they eliminated it, but they also did so and basically eliminate. There's no reason why you shouldn't just be able to charge on something like this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, except for they get to milk you for another 20 bucks. If you don't mind that, great. This is a great option for you. If you want to spend a little bit more money, there is the version out there that I showed you that also has the USB ports on the side, so you can use third-party controllers and USB accessories, something to kind of consider out there. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Would you pick something up like this? Would you just modify your dock like I showed you? Modifying the dock is super simple. You just need to have a flush cutters and an X-Acto knife, and you're good to go. A Dremel tool with like a sanding drum will get it even better. Let me know down in the comments. If you have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to email me, rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter @RockSolidStudios, Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, and of course on Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you do want access to exclusive videos from me, one-on-ones, if you want to have access to our video content early, do me a favor, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you get all of those features and benefits. And in fact, our Patreon members got an early kind of sneak peek at what was going on here before the general public. And in fact, that video will never be shown to the general public. So thanks to everyone who supports us over there. That money goes right back into the channel. You can see the people who help support us right now on screen too. You can also head on over to our Teespring store on screen now and pick up some Rockstar Productions merchandise, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and a whole lot more for you to check out. And again, everything we raise goes right back into the channel too. And finally, like I mentioned at the top of this video, if you like what you see here, check out some of the other videos that we have on the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we come out with new content, you're kept the most up to date. I like this, but this really pisses me off at the same time. This wasn't necessary, but for 20 bucks, it's not a terrible solution if you don't already have third-party docks. Now your Switch Lite, it just won't fit in the original Switch dock, so you would have had to have bought something regardless. This should have just been in the box with the Switch Lite. That's my opinion. Again, let me know what you think. I am Gary, this has been Rockstar Productions, and our look at the adjustable charging stand for the Nintendo Switch. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon.